Hey everyone, today we're talking about Quantower. This is a really powerful and customizable trading platform designed for everything from stock and CFD trading to Forex, crypto, commodities, and more. If you can trade it, there's a chance you can analyze it and trade it with Quantower. This platform has a ton of connections and a ton of features and tools to help you get an edge in the market. And it offers some really impressive features for fast-paced day trading, arbitrage, and more. So in this review, I'm going to take a close look at Quantower, show you what this platform is all about, and help you decide if it's right for you. So to start, I want to take a look at some of the data connections that Quantower offers. There's more than 65 connections available with this platform, which is pretty impressive. It connects to most popular crypto exchanges, data feeds, stock brokers, Forex brokers, and more. This is just a kind of overview of some of the platforms available that you can connect with. If you're not able to find a brokerage or a data feed that Quantower has a native integration for, Quantower also offers an open API, so you can develop your own integrations to pull data from wherever you want. So this is a really customizable platform as far as pulling in data from all of the places you want it. One other thing I should mention that's pretty unique about this platform is you can actually pull in data from multiple different data connections simultaneously. Where this is really helpful is you can get, for example, data about Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency from multiple different crypto exchanges and plot those different price data in different charts within Quantower in a single dashboard. This is a really great tool for arbitrage traders because you can spot these opportunities in real time in a single window and actually trade right from Quantower to take advantage of those opportunities. So now let's dive into the platform itself. I'm going to show you just the default dashboard within Quantower here. You can see there's a watch list over on the left, charts in the center. We're looking at market depth and time and sales. There's the depth of market service plot, which I'll talk more about later, as well as if you have any open positions with a brokerage connection here, you can see those here. It's worth noting you can create any number of custom workspaces. It's really easy to resize or move these panels around. You can duplicate panels, change them however you want. This platform is highly customizable to suit your needs. And I really like having multiple workspaces so you can move between them for different styles of trading, different strategies, or just different ways of looking at the same asset to kind of figure out where the opportunities are. I want to take a closer look at Quantower's charting capabilities here, because this is how a lot of traders are going to interact with the platform and where you're going to spend a lot of your time. As you can see here, we're looking at a chart of Bitcoin price relative to the US dollar. These charts to me seem really clean, and I really like how flexible they are. You can choose between a variety of bar types, including candlesticks, area charts, Renko charts, Heiko-Ashi charts, as well as all of these different customizable time intervals. Very easy to look at different time intervals and different amounts of kind of chart data in just a couple clicks. The other thing that's really nice here is that there's a order entry platform here. So if you have a brokerage connection, you can quickly swap between your different accounts, place trades directly from your chart, so you can enter limit orders directly just by clicking on the chart, set your position size, and go. Really fast-paced, really great for day trading strategies like scalping or just fast-paced strategies. The other thing I want to point out is that Quantower comes with more than 160 built-in technical indicators. You'll find all of the common indicators like MACD, moving averages, relative strength index, Bollinger Bands, and more. You can create your own technical indicators in Quantower, but to do so, you're going to need C programming knowledge. This is not like TradingView's Pine script editor or Thinkorswim's ThinkScript. If you used either of those, it's not sort of an English readable, user-friendly approach to entering your own technical indicators. It's full-on programming, and you're going to need to have programming knowledge if you want to build your own technical indicators or strategies within Quantower. To me, that's one of the biggest drawbacks of this platform, is that if you're not a coder or a programmer, it's going to be really hard to build your own strategies in this platform. I do want to highlight a few of the volume analysis tools that Quantower gives you for charting here. My personal favorite are the volume weighted average price lines. You can enable multiple of these lines at different time intervals on a single chart. I really like this because you're basically looking at support and resistance levels in a stock or another asset over multiple timeframes on a chart of the time frame that you're potentially trading. So, for example, in this 1 minute chart, I can look at the volume weighted average price over an hour or a day, even. And so it's giving me an idea of where different support and resistance areas are that the price might encounter, even as I'm looking on this shorter time scale for trading. The other things that are helpful here, we have a volume histogram on the right side of the chart here. You can also open that up on the left, as well as these cluster charts. I don't particularly use these very much, but if you are a fan of cluster charts, Quantower does a nice job with them. These basically give you information about the volume that's being traded on any single bar. It can be a little bit hard to kind of, dive into that data on these charts. I don't have it quite set up. As I said, I don't use cluster charts a lot, but if you set your charts up so that these are kind of the default, Quantower does a nicer job displaying this volume data with each bar. So heading back over to our main dashboard, I want to take a closer look at some of the level 2 and time and sales data that Quantower offers. So you can see here, there's just in this default panel, and you can open these up as much as you want and make them bigger or smaller. It offers a kind of standard market depth panel, so looking at bid and ask prices and sizes, a time and sales panel. There's also this depth of market surface panel, which I think is particularly interesting, and I want to take a closer look at this. The BTC USD data I have coming in right now is not the best example of this, but basically we're looking at volume bubble plot at different price levels. So here we're tracking the current price. So what we're seeing here is basically a heat map of volume at different price levels. So looking at liquidity in the market, limit orders that are sitting out there waiting to be executed. Here's the current price. You can see that there's some action just above that, as well as levels down here and way up here. This reminds me a lot of Bookmap, which I have a full video review on for you to check out. Essentially, this is giving you an idea of where there are different varying levels of liquidity in the market around the current price. So it's a really nice kind of unique way to see where large limit orders are sitting either above or below the current price, which can give you an idea of when the price might either shoot up or down, or where there are support or resistance levels. This can be a really powerful way to, in real time, get an idea of what's going to happen to the price, especially as it moves up and down and encounters these limit orders. As I've said in my whole Bookmap review, I think that's a great platform for day traders. Quantower doesn't offer quite as many capabilities, and it's not nearly as flexible as what you get with Bookmap, but this depth of market surface panel is included with all the other features in Quantower, whereas Bookmap is a standalone product where you're going to need to add your own trading platform to it, as well as your own charting tools and all of that. So the fact that Quantower includes this, I think, is a huge plus for this platform. Along the same lines, I want to show you the time, price, and opportunity charts in Quantower. These are TPO charts. Basically, what we're looking at here is volume aggregated into time bands. So I've got this aggregated over 30 minutes in one day. So essentially, we're looking at, for over these 1 day bars, we're looking at basically 1 day candlesticks, where most of the volume is happening within that candlestick. Each of these blocks represent 30 minutes where the average price and for most of the trading volume in there was happening at this price level. So you can see that even though this particular bar traded as high as about 115,500, most of the volume in the bar was taking place more than $1,000 below that. And so this is a really nice way to get an idea, again, of where the action is happening beyond what you're going to get from candlesticks alone. It's going to be really powerful for, kind of finding support and resistance levels over multiple days or over shorter time periods, as well as getting an idea of where the most liquidity is within these candlesticks, whereas, there's going to be less liquidity probably at either end for a lot of them, depending on how the price is moving. There's a lot more tools in Quantower that I'm not going to go into in this review, including copy trading, algorithmic trading, a strategies manager, market replay, and more, as well as a backtester. I'm not going to go into these in part because several of these tools require programming knowledge. So, for example, the strategies manager and the backtester both require you to build your own custom strategies in C and then import them into Quantower and be able to test them that way. So, without advanced programming knowledge, it's pretty hard to use these additional features. And that's something that really sets Quantower apart from maybe a more user-friendly platform like TradingView or even Thinkorswim, although I would say that Thinkorswim overall has a steeper learning curve for most of its features than Quantower does. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about how much Quantower costs. The platform starts at $70 per month for a monthly license, but you get discounts if you subscribe for a longer period. For 6 months, it's $336, and annually, it's $588. One thing I really like is that Quantower offers a lifetime plan that costs $1,590. I think lifetime plans are a great deal, especially for a trading platform like this. With Quantower's lifetime license, it's worth noting that you get all future updates included. So it's a pretty good deal. I also want to point out that Quantower has a free plan, although it's relatively limited, and there's a 7-day free trial of this all-in-one license when you sign up for a Quantower account. One thing to keep in mind here is that while you get all of the Quantower features with this price, you are going to have to pay for your own data connections. So, for example, if you want data from DXFeed or FX Pro, something like that, you are going to have to pay additional to those data brokers in order to connect them to Quantower. So keep that in mind that your actual price is going to be a little bit higher than just the Quantower licensing fee. So with all that in mind, is Quantower worth it, and who is it worth it for? In general, I would say that this is a really well-built, powerful platform that offers a lot of customization options and flexibility. It's a really great option for day traders, whether you're trading stocks, crypto, or Forex, or commodities. It supports all of those really well and has a ton of data connections available. As I said earlier, the ability to connect multiple data brokers for the same asset class is really adds some interesting potential, particularly for arbitrage strategies. A lot of the volume related strategies can be really helpful for all types of day traders, but especially scalpers looking for quick movements off of support and resistance or trades in high liquidity areas for a particular asset. All the charting tools, as well as the trading from charts tools, make this really a great platform for fast-paced day trading. It can be used by traders with longer time scales, for example, swing traders, but the complexity involved in using Quantower makes it not quite as worth it if your time scale is a little bit longer. As I've said a few times, I think the main drawback to Quantower is that it requires quite a bit of programming knowledge if you want to add your own technical indicators or build your own strategies and use some of the back testing and algorithmic trading features that are in here. If you're not familiar with C, it is worth considering an alternative platform like Thinkorswim. It's not quite as powerful or flexible, but the ThinkScript that it offers is a lot easier to use, in my opinion. Overall, I think this is a great platform to consider if you're in the market for a new trading platform. And Quantower, like I said, offers a 7-day free trial with all of the features I've showed you. So definitely give that a try if you're interested.